My mother worshipped Buddha every day. In those days, it was against the law. There's very little incense, just one stick once in a while. She had to pray both in the morning and at night. My mother often came home and cried in front of the statue of Buddha. We also worshipped the Lord of Heaven and Taoism's Taizhenren. My mother was a Buddhist, a Taoist, and a believer in everything, including God and heaven. She can't quite tell the difference between Buddhism and Taoism. So, since childhood, I have been remembering my mother's religion. She believed that the ones who could ward off evil and bring justice were Buddha and God. This made a huge impact on me since my youth. That's why I tell all my fellow fighters to honor their parents. Your parents are the ones who will consistently support you during your darkest times, providing you with sustenance and even their own lives. Not your husband, your lover, or your children. Only your parents will do. It's your parents who gave you your life. It's your parents who can give their lives for you. And it's your parents who can give you their only food. I can't recall a time when my mother sat at the table to eat. My mother was always the last to eat, or she didn't eat. In that situation, I made a note that my mother had no self, and she believed that only Buddha and gods from heaven could ward off evil spirits, avoid disasters, and keep her family safe by believing in the Buddha and gods from heaven. It was not the Chinese government or the Chinese Communist Party. They were the ones who persecuted us. It was a housewife, like my mother, at the time of the Cultural Revolution, who let me, her son, and family like ours, who lived in rural areas, keep from hunger. This allowed me to learn that there are Buddhas and gods, as well as karmic reincarnation. My mother said every day, "Don't do evil deeds, my son. God is watching. There's reincarnation and retribution." That's why I, Miles Guo, can live to this day, and that's why I have my principles to rely on today. So, I believe in heaven. I believe in God. I don't believe in the CCP. I don't believe that the party is closer to me than my parents. One has to listen to the party, and everything belongs to the party. Growing up, I saw my family victimized and persecuted by the CCP. I saw the glory of womanhood. My father went out every day to seek redress for his grievances. My mother did the majority of the family's work. I love my father very much, too. I talked to my father on video about 2 days ago and said, "I love you very much, father, but my mother remains the head of the family. You must face reality." He has to face the reality that my mom's the boss of the family. That's why I can't accept anyone disrespecting women, disrespecting mothers, or looking down on women in Chinese society. This would be the most disgraceful disaster for mankind.